The Pistons' second consecutive World Championship victory, the Portland Memorial Coliseum. Over here, early on game day, George Blaha with Coach Dick Harder. And Dick, we came by to see where X marks the spot. Bill Laimbeer put tape down here today at the Piston practice. That's the spot where Vinnie Johnson let that shot fly with 007 up on the clock. And that beat the Blazers and gave Chuck Daly and company their second consecutive crown.
I'll never forget that night. I was in Vermont, and it was chilly, but it got warm, and Vinny let that shot fly.
Well, I know that everybody in the Piston family, from Jack McCloskey on down, had to love that. And four players who have been with Jack and with Chuck for many years came up so big in the series. Vinny, of course, with the big shot, and Joe Dumars. You've got to think of him right away, too. He played despite the tragedy and the loss of his dad.
Joe was great, but so was Bill Laimbeer, who did just a magnificent job. And Isaiah was the most valuable player, but Bill could have been if it wasn't for Isaiah.
Well, he certainly could have been. Any year, Bill Laimbeer gets consideration. But this year, Isaiah Thomas owned the night, and he owned the day, too, on Sunday when he played so well in that big game that the Pistons had to win. The Pistons have a rematch with the Blazers tonight here before some of the best fans in basketball. This one could be a beauty.
The tap controlled by the Pistons. Isaiah working Terry Porter. Now gets the switch. Kersey's on him on the wing. Now they want to clear it out for Isaiah against Kersey. Lost the dribble off his foot, out of bounds.
Isaiah had a good matchup going against Kersey, but the ball got away from him before he could get by him.
Duckworth from the lane. The dotted line. He got it. Blazers as a team shooting about 40%. Duckworth down in the low 30s, but he got that one to drop. Bill Laimbeer from downtown. It rolls away to Duckworth. Now Clyde Drexler. Clyde inside. Lassie hit it. There's a guy that was an MVP candidate for the finals last June if the Blazers had won. He played 5 great games. Dumars lets it fly from the corner and knocks it down.
The Pistons want to get back and give help when the ball goes inside to Drexler. The last time down, Drexler did not get enough.
Well, the Blazers can't miss. 40% shooting or not. Porter from the foul line extension. And they lead in the game 6-2. Laimbeer with a nice bounce for Dumars. Mid-post to Jimmy Edwards. The fadeaway is going to be short to Duckworth. Here's Porter driving, hooking it to Kersey by himself. There's their first miss to Aguirre. Shot clock will read 15 as Jimmy Edwards catches at the high post and sticks it.
Edwards. Duckworth allowed the ball to get in low that time, and Jimmy turned and had a rather easy shot and got it home.
We're looking at 6-4 now, Portland. Drexler from the wing. This is short to Isaiah. Chuck Daly hollering for his team to push it up the court. They do get an open J for Aguirre. He misses baseline to Kersey. Jerome to Terry Porter. Now Drexler on the way. Inside, it's Buck by Bill Laimbeer and laid it in.
Buck made a very strong move along the baseline that time and finished off his drive very well.
We've played 3 in the first. Dumars on the wing. Laimbeer missed the tap, and he's going to get the loose ball foul.
Bill Laimbeer went up for the rebound, but pushed off with his offhand as he reached up at the basketball and drew the loose ball foul. And the crowd loved it.
So noisy in here right now, Dick, I can't hear you. I'm sure it was a great comment, though. Here is Kersey giving to Duckworth, top of the key. And we got a whistle. And an offensive foul Called against Terry Porter. Moved on the screen. Isaiah puts the goggles back on. Saw Mike Abdenauer charting the plays and the timeouts and the personal fouls there with the clipboard. They put Michael to work around here, don't they?
He sure do.
Catching in the lane is Lambier, got it blocked. Drexler threw it away. Pistons the other way. Dumars driving Porter to the hole, no. Tap Isaiah, no.
Joe missed a tough layup, and Isaiah had a chance at the tap-in. But it was a good-looking fast break.
Porter penetrates, dishes to Duckworth. He'll power it up short. Lambier stopped the shot. Jimmy Edwards with the rebound. Isaiah lets it fly. It'll be short. Pulled away by Kersey. He played 4 in the first. It's 8-4 Portland. Porter from downtown. Sit down. It's a triple. And the Pistons will take a timeout. They're down 7. It's 11-4. By 7 in Portland. A rematch of the NBA Finals.
Well, you knew Portland was going to come out with an awful lot of extra hustle and zip, and they certainly have.
Crowd's on fire. Isaiah looking for Dumars. The Pistons have played before noisy crowds before, including 3 times out here last June. Edwards misses in the lane, and the Blazers in the home whites head the other way. Kersey trying to cut, double team. Nice steal, poked away by Aguirre. Isaiah driving Porter down the lane. High glass gun, no. Had the rebound, lost it, and they'll jump it up.
Isaiah went up on that offensive board very, very strongly, but had a little trouble controlling the ball, brought it down below his shoulders, and got tied up.
Tries to jump with Buck, can't quite get it done. Portland with the basketball and a 7-point lead. Drexler against Dumars. Kersey trying to drive. Now Porter to the corner. Long gunning, no. Lambier pulls it away. Isaiah with it. Just under 7 left in the first. It's 11-4 Portland. Mark Aguirre against Buck Williams. Porter 2 times. High post dish to Edwards. Wide of it to Mark. Clock at 5. From the elbow, yes.
Big bucket with the clock running down.
6.5 left in the first. Portland's lead is 5. Duckworth alone at the high post. He buried it.
It was good execution that time. He received a good down screen and was wide open for that short jumper.
6:15 left in the first. Mark Aguirre coming dotted line, dishing it deep. Edwards didn't handle it. Drexler with a blindside steal. Blazers on the run. Duckworth, yes.
That's Portland's game. They pushed the ball.
Dumars running out. The Pistons could get a bunny here. No, Drexler blocked it. Joe recovers from the corner. Short to Buck Williams. 15-6 Portland. Terry Porter 2-time gives to Drexler. A fall away from the lane. Bill Lambier rebounds the miss. Mark Aguirre looks for Dumars, finds him. Joe down the lane. Wanted to no look it back up over his head. Got it knocked away. Got it back. Missed it. We'll jump it up here. Timeout. 5:26 left in the first. Portland takes time. They lead by 9. Office and at those Ticketmaster outlets. The Blazers win the jump. And the Pistons, who are shooting 3 for 15, are looking at a 9-point deficit. Make it 11. Kersey gets down deep. Portland now 8 for 13. Isaiah moving on Porter. Left-hand scoop, no.
Pistons have had good shots. The ball's just not dropped for them.
Isaiah with a steal. 3-on-1 break against Kersey. Here's Aguirre trying to dunk. Kersey got it and got marked.
That's the way to help.
Chuck Daly would like a goaltend. He's not going to get it. Just a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, he's not going to get it, but it was a good-looking fast break. 3-on-1, and they took it home. Mark took it up very, very hard.
Great-looking shot from the slam cam of Kersey, one of the great leapers in the game, taking a slam away from Mark Aguirre.
That's not easy to do, but Kersey did do a great job with that.
Mark Aguirre knocked them both down. The Pistons are within 9. He has 4. It's 17-8 in Portland. 4:38 left in the first. Harry Porter gives to Drexler. Now Duckworth. Over Edwards. He hits it. Duckworth with a strong start. He has 8 already in the first 8 minutes. It's 19-8. Isaiah wants to feed the post. Edwards against Drexler. Buck Williams 2 times, but a foul. It's on Buck.
Portland is doing a good job of coming back and getting help on James Edwards. James turns to go to the inside, and there's help there. He's getting double teamed. On the other end of the court, the Pistons are not getting back quite quick enough to make it tough for Duckworth, and Duckworth is really having his way against James Edwards on his end of the floor.
Danny Ainge into the basketball game. Pistons went to the low post on the last possession. Got the Buck Williams foul. Chuck Daly has Vinny on for Isaiah. Dennis Rodman for Mark Aguirre. Edwards from the baseline turns, guns, and he got it. Buddha buried it. It's 19-10 with Danny Ainge. Giving it up to Duckworth. Buck Williams to the dotted line, the half hook. Kersey pulls it off, puts it back. It'll be short to Lambier. And Bill Lambier's going to get a foul called on him. I don't know about that. Billy is hot. He threw the mask down.
That's a tough call. Buck Williams, it looked like Buck Williams went up and threw Bill Lambier, but the foul was called against Bill Lambier. I'd like to see that. Coach.
All right, Harry Hutt's got a picture for us. Billy up to pull it off. He does nothing.
You've got to have the ability and the right to go up with both arms to get the rebound. And if Bill went up with both arms, one of them did touch somebody, but it should not have been a foul.
Well, he got the technical foul for slamming down that mask. Danny Ainge made the tech. It's 20-10. And the Pistons are red hot now. And we're going to delay a game warning called by Bob Delaney against Bill Lambier. Billy playing without his mask. Mark Aguirre replaces it.
I think a good move to get Bill right out of the ball game now before he gets another tee.
Portland threw it away. Danny Ainge with the feet inside that did not get to Buck Williams. It got through him instead. Dumars 2-time down the way. Cross court to Aguirre. Only true big man in the game, Jimmy Edwards from the baseline, misses the fadeaway to Duckworth. Now Drexler. Duckworth feeds Kersey, gets it back on the give and go, but doesn't hang on.
That was a great play by Kersey. He made a great pass to get the ball back to Duckworth. Duckworth did not hang on to it. But that was the offensive play of the game, but it didn't lead to a bucket.
Pistons will take time. Just under 3 left in the first. They trail in Portland 20-10. This is the world champion Pistons Television Network. Vinny Joe D, Aguirre, Rodman, and Jimmy Edwards. The trail 20-10. A jump catch in the lane by Edwards. Nasty shove from behind by Kevin Duckworth, and they caught him. Let's take 10 for an ID in the Pistons television network. Portland by 10. Edwards gets it from Dumars in the lane. It'll be an air ball. Knocked out, though, by Drexler.
It looked like James Edwards might have gotten tipped on the elbow when he went up on that shot.
Cliff Robinson, Duckworth, Drexler, Kersey, and Ainge on the floor now for the Blazers. Robinson bothered by a tender ankle, playing it anyway. Then he dishes to Rodman. Topside Aguirre. Here's the long gun, short. VJ with a follow. He fills it. Now the last shot he took here, he made to win the game and the championship. He got all net that time, too.
Well, those offensive rebounds are going to be important.
Drexler down the lane. Regained control. Looked like he had lost it, and he hit the high glass gun on the run. 22-12, Portland. Denny from Joe. Back to Joe D against Ainge. To the baseline. Double up fake behind the back dish. Swipe by Drexler. He lost it. Joe got hit back and drilled it. Portland by 8, 22-14. Drexler feeding Robinson. Inside on Aguirre, and Ed Rush calls the foul. It is on Mark.
That's one foul you really didn't need. Robinson is not that strong a turnaround shooter. He fell away. And Mark was close enough. He should not have bumped him.
Pistons get their first personal in the last 2 minutes. And they get a Portland turnover to come their way. Portland has 7 turnovers and an 8-point lead. Denny Johnson, a shake and bake on Ainge. He hit it! The gun on the run goes.
Portland is switching everything, and that time they anticipated a switch, and Vinny just split it and went right to the basket.
Blazers by just 6. Drexler wants to work Dumars. Edwards to help. Topside Duckworth. He fires. He fills it. Duckworth with 10. Portland by 8. 24-16. Final minute, first quarter. Vinny's hot. Dumars gets it to him against Clyde. Spinning. Nearly lost the dribble. VJ feeds Edwards in the lane. Ball knocked away at the dotted line. Danny Ainge at midcourt. To Drexler, a flying slam.
Very nice play by Danny Ainge on the fast break. Finding the open man, running to the basket. That is Portland's game.
Clyde was 6. 26-16. Joe Dumars from the baseline gets the Glasser to go. Do we have a foul first? It's on Danny Ainge. And it's before the shot, so it's no basket. Well, Drexler went wild on that jam on the other end, didn't he, Dick?
He's a great athlete, but it came off of a great pass from Danny Ainge.
Portland by 10. The Pistons have it. No shot clock. 10 to play in the first. Joe D, top of the key. Time running out. Aguirre gets it inside. The turn and gun goes for Mark Aguirre. Just over a second to play in the quarter. The desperation heave at the horn is short at the end of one. It's Portland 26 and the Pistons 18. This is the world champion Pistons television network. Bill Laimbeer with the mask is back in the game. Blazers had 7 first quarter turnovers. Still, they lead by 8 as we start the second. Feeding the post, they get another turnover. The Ainge lob inside for Robinson is fumbled out of bounds.
The Pistons are having trouble offensively. The Blazers are switching every cross. They're illegal because of these switches many times, and the Pistons have not taken advantage of some of the mismatches that have come up. One extra pass will expose that illegal defense, and calls will start coming.
Did they just get one
right
against
there.
the Blazers?
They just had it.
Wayne Cooper in the basketball game with Kersey and Robinson and Terry Porter, who's returned, and Danny Ainge. Bill Lambier gives to Isaiah, looking to feed Aguirre. Rodman and Vinny with Isaiah, Mark, and Billy. Mark turning mid-post, goes low post. He took advantage of Robinson inside and knocked it down. Mark has 8 of the Pistons' 20. It's a 26-20 basketball game. Porter to Robinson. Cliff from the baseline. In and out to Dennis Rodman. Boy, Worm, who missed those 3 weeks of training camp, still is averaging 8.5 boards in his first 4 games. Semi-shaky ankle or not. And Mark Aguirre continues to work out on Robinson. He got the Glasser to go. It's a 4-point lead, that's all. Kersey trying to work Rodman. Inside to Porter, posting Isaiah. Isaiah gets help. Porter forces and fills it from the baseline anyway.
Bill Lambier came over and doubled, and they still got the ball up there over 2 people. Good shot.
10 now and 15 to play in the half. Mark Aguirre against Robinson from the corner, off the iron to Porter. Portland breaking, Porter trying for 3, top of the key, and it's through. Terry Porter triples, and the Blazers lead by 9. He has 10. He has 2 triples. It's 31-22. Isaiah's pass inside, swipe by Ainge. 4 Piston turnovers. Porter, Kersey, the reverse is short, but a foul.
The Blazers have done a great job of putting the ball down on the floor and taking the ball at the basket. The Pistons traditionally pride themselves on protecting the basket. Tonight they've been a little slow seeing the basketball and getting there. I think as the game goes on, they will shut off some of those layups. They will have to get back in the ball game.
Kersey missed the first free throw. Portland shot 60% in the first. Pistons just 33%. The turnover totals, what kept the Pistons within shouting distance. They had 7 turnovers, the Pistons 3. Kersey splits the pair. It's a 10-point game. 32-22. Isaiah against Porter. Fakes it from the wing, leaves it there for Aguirre. Now Bill Lambier works Kersey. Isaiah's on the sideline against Porter. Bouncing to Aguirre. He froze Robinson with the up fake, turned in, and drew the foul.
Pistons now riding on Mark Aguirre and going to him, simplifying their offense, trying to get down inside, and Mark's doing a good job with it. The danger of that, of course, is you lose some of your other players offensively, and it's tough to play when only one guy's handling your offense.
Don't forget our slam dunk of the game, brought to you by Nike, will be featured again tonight. Near the conclusion, we will pick the most serious slam dunk of the game for Nike, who reminds you to just do it. Mark at the stripe. Gets it down, and he has 11. Make it a dozen. Portland by 8. Danny Ainge feeding Robinson. Try to go to work on Mark. If Robinson missed that jump hook, go to Lambier. Now Isaiah. Lamb will try the long guy. He knocks it down. Bill Lambier triple shortens the lead to 5. 32-27. Ainge over Vinny from deep on the line. Sticks it. A 2-pointer. But barely. Portland by 7. Vinny fell down, kept the dribble, gave it back to Isaiah. He tries for 3. It won't go through. Danny Ainge the other way. Porter kept it after a fake to Buck Williams.
Another one of the drive to the basket by a Blazer. Isaiah thought that he got all ball defending that time. Officials thought otherwise.
Isaiah picks up his first.
There's a drive to the basket It's hard to see from the angle. The official had the right angle on the other side, so Isaiah probably got a piece of the body.
Harry Porter's at the strike. They have Porter, Ainge, Cliff Robinson, Cooper, and Buck Williams on the floor. Harry Porter with the make has 11. Missed the next, so he split the pair. Here come the Pistons the other way after Rodman's rebound. 8 now and 15 left in the half. Isaiah looking for Vinny against Ainge. Finds him wide of the lane. VJ goes baseline, guns no. Lambier with a nice stick back, and he hit it.
Big offensive rebound by Billy. He used his body very well, got to it.
Danny Ainge leaning in the lane. The high glass is good for Ainge. Ainge with 5. It's 37-29. Mark Aguirre mid-post. Got it from Isaiah, gave it back. Isaiah from downtown. Off the iron, no. Aguirre tips and controls. Dennis Rodman will hand to Vinny. The shot clock is at 15. His number 15 works against Ainge. Now he gets the switch. Robinson on him after Lambier's screen. From the top, doesn't drop. Lambier with a stick back, short.
Great
He
job.
kept it alive. Rodman knocked it down and a foul.
They went up on that board hard 3 times, and that's what they're going to have to do. If the ball doesn't go for you, you're going to have to find ways to get easy buckets. That's one way. Go to the offensive board.
Bill Lambier.
Bill was falling down and almost walking with the ball, but got it up there so Dennis could go get the 3rd offensive rebound for an easy bucket.
Ainge's foul is his 2nd. Dennis Rodman did not get the free throw to go after the make. 2-point trip, 37-31. Drexler, Buck Williams, a basket.
That was great offensive execution by Portland. Pistons just a step slow in their rotation, getting over there to shut off the layup.
6 now and 48 left here in the half. 39-31 Portland. Mark Aguirre, the foul line extension. Doesn't get it. Rodman with a stick back from the paint. It's wide to Clyde Drexler. He threw it away, looking for Porter. Timeout here, 6:32 left in the half. The 9th Portland turnover. They lead by 8, 39-31. Timeout on the world champion Pistons television network. Base. Isaiah Vinny, Rodman Aguirre, and Bill Lambier still out there for the Pistons. Isaiah has Drexler on him on the wing. Gives to VJ topside against Porter. Now gets it back. 3 guards on the floor for the Blazers. Isaiah down the lane, dishing to Aguirre, alone on the wing, over the hole with a shot to Danny Ainge. Buck Williams and Cooper join the Blazers' 3-guard rotation. That bumps Clyde up to small forward. Cooper screening for an Ainge 3-point try. It's through. Man, he brought rain. Isaiah looked back at him in disbelief.
Isaiah had a hand. Danny really did a great job. Drilled that way downtown.
42-31. Vinnie Johnson from downtown. He knocks it down. VJ triples, and it's 42-34. 5.5 left in the half. Here's Drexler wide of the lane, and moving on the screen to free Clyde was Buck Williams. Boy, when they start to rain 3-pointers in the NBA where it's a man-sized shot, you got to get excited. Man.
That's spectacular. It was just 2 great shots here back-to-back by 2 very, very fine basketball players besides their 3-point shooting ability.
Don Sally will rest Bill Lambier. Joe Dumars checks in for Aguirre. Duckworth replaces Cooper, so both teams have their 3 guards on the floor. The Brooklyn Bridge knocks it down.
Over and outstretched defensive hand.
Then he turns, gunning from the wing. This one's wide. Rodman with a rebound.
Pistons are doing a good job on that offensive board now.
BJ goes baseline, gives to Edwards, who's back. Ball knocked away by Drexler, way up for Porter. Here's Duckworth down the lane, out of control. Took down Rodman and fell down. Worm will get the foul.
Well, the call was made about 4 seconds after the play was over. Dennis Rodman was standing, I thought, stationary. The only thing he could do is say he was under the basket too far. But pass is made. Dennis Rodman plants. Duckworth takes him down the floor. It has to be a no call because he's underneath the basket, or it has to be an offensive foul.
Duckworth rolling. He was hurt in the collision, but he's shaking it off. He has 10, and now it's 11. Kersey, Buck Williams, Duckworth, Porter, and Drexler on the floor, as Rick Adelman has his starters back out there. Chuck now has Vinny, Joe D, Rodman, and Edwards and Sally on the floor. Duckworth has a dozen. He got them both. Vinny gives to Dumars. Now Sally. His rainbow won't go. Clyde Drexler the other way. Good fast break. Kersey got it from Porter, who got it from Clyde, and Kersey got it down.
That extra pass led to a very easy shot rather than a tough shot going in the basket.
46-34 Portland, and the Pistons want time. 4:29 left in the half. Timeout in Portland on the World Champion Pistons Television Network. Jimmy Edwards from the baseline, and his shot still was a little rough. Buck Williams boards. It's Portland by a dozen. Williams looking to slide it inside to Clyde Drexler. Dumars with a steal. Dennis Rodman gets it, gives it back to Joe. Pistons in the quarter shooting 30%. Rodman in the lane, and he walked with it.
Joe made a great pass, but Dennis was not expecting the ball, and he did turn over. He did shuffle his feet.
Dennis Rodman and Jimmy Edwards come out. Bill Lambier and William Bedford are on the floor. Tell you one thing about Bedford, he'll give you some offense. He did in the preseason anyway, nearly 13 a game. He had 9 points in Seattle in 1 minute the other night with those 3 triples. Drexler off the Duckworth, top side. Duckworth missed it to Drexler. The double clutch gun goes from the lane. Portland by 14. That lead is creeping up to a dangerous level.
Well, Portland's doing a good job running the basketball.
Pistons settle for the outside jumper that doesn't go for Joe. Kersey trying to come inside. Lost it to Sally, who lost it to Porter, who gives it to Duckworth, who sticks it wide of the lane.
The Blazers do a great job of converting turnovers into easy baskets, and that's what happened right there.
It's 50-34. Vinny with a handoff to Bedford that fumbled to Duckworth. Duckworth driving and dunking. That's a runaway freight train drive, folks. He has 16, and the Pistons want timeout. 2:39 left in the half. It's 52-34 Portland. This is the World Champion Pistons Television Network. World-class run by Portland right now. They've scored 14 straight points. Isaiah back in the game, nearly turned it. He and Joe in the backcourt now. Bedford baseline. The high arch gun doesn't go, and the Blazers get a loose ball foul. It's on Buck Williams. That's his third.
The Blazers are doing a very good job defensively. That's leading to a lot of runouts, easy buckets. They're beating Detroit down the court.
There's that 14-0 run. Bedford's out. Mark Aguirre replaces him. Dumars against Danny Ainge. Mark McGuire posting up Drexler. The three guards are out there for the Blazers. Mark from the lane. High Glasser wide. Duckworth for Porter. Kersey over Sally. On the deck is Ainge. And Danny Ainge will get the loose ball foul. See if Danny did foul.
Rebound goes up. It didn't look like a foul. Looked like Danny tripped, and they might have thought he was trying to reach out and grab a hold of somebody, but did not see a foul there.
He and Bill Lambier don't get a lot of help, do they, Dick?
No, they don't.
Aguirre standing outside. And inside, we're going to get Jerome Kersey for his second foul. Cliff Robinson and Kersey and Duckworth on the floor now for Portland with Porter and Drexler. They get Ainge out of the game. Danny picked up his third on what looked like a phantom foul. Isaiah finally in the book. That doesn't worry him. There's still a half to go.
And as you know, he can get a lot real quick. And the Pistons are going to need something like that to get back in this ball game.
He hit them both. The Blazer run is stopped at 14. It's 52-36. Defending Drexler is Dumars. Lambier coming to trap. Drexler down the lane, used the elbow to get some room. But Dumars will get the foul. He may have put the body on him first. There's a shove off by Drexler.
Put the ball on the floor, and Drexler pushes off with his left arm. Unfortunately, the foul goes the other way.
Joe had a hand check on him. That apparently was the call. Harry Porter penetrates. Dump to Robinson, who lays it in.
Great penetration, good pass for an easy bucket. It's been haunting the Pistons all night long.
54-36. The bounce to Dumars from Isaiah. He faked it, dished it to Sally, who made the easy one.
Very good ball movement. 3 crisp passes led to a layup.
Pistons need a stop or two as you hear the coaches hollering. Blazers with it. Drexler from Porter. Doesn't go. Isaiah the other way. And a race with Drexler. Now dishes to Joe. The long gun, no. Duckworth with 6 rebounds. Drexler gave it to Porter. Porter with the make, but they're going to call it off and say he stuck out the leg to get that contact with Isaiah. No basket. Stay tuned at the half for fast break for Dunham's. Fast break at the half ought to be great. It's a look back at the NBA Finals through the eyes of the participants. Isaiah looking to shake away from Porter. Lost the dribble. Got it back, gave it to Joe. Here's Aguirre, baseline, driving and dunking. 21 seconds left in the half. It's 54-40. Harry Porter on the sideline. Coming inside, Aguirre got in his way. Mark goes down, but he'll be called for the block.
Mark did a good job, came over on that rotation. Had
Well, the coaches were asking for a rotation. They got it.
A very tough call is that offensive foul, whether you're there and planted or not. It looked like Mark was planted, but the official does have a better angle than we do looking across the lane.
About a half a dozen shaky-looking calls here in the first half. That was one of them. Porter made one, and now Portland takes a 20-second timeout with 8.8 seconds left in the half. They lead in the basketball game by 15. Two outstanding Christmas concerts are scheduled at the Palace, folks. First, the Young Messiah Gospel Tour on Friday, December 14th at 7:30. Then Sunday, December 16th, the Budweiser Country Concert Series continues as Coca-Cola presents the Louise and Earlene Mandrell Christmas Show. That's a great name, Earlene, with special guest William Lee Golden at 8 p.m. Want to wish a speedy recovery to a great young man, A.J. Goldman, Artie Goldman's son. He's been hospitalized. Good friend of the Piston players and the coaches, and A.J., get well real soon. Mike Jakubik just moved out here from Michigan and somehow got a ticket. This was one tough ticket, folks, today. He wanted me to say hi to the folks back home, so we do. Porter got the second one, and as the Pistons go to work, a travel is called on Isaiah.
Another one of those tough calls because Isaiah caught the ball and the defensive player was so close to him he did not have a chance to even turn his body. The official called the walk.
Now we have 6.4 seconds left in the half. Portland by 16. Drexler trying for three. Duckworth can't tap it. Bill Laimbeer rebounds, and it's Portland 56. And the Pistons 40 at the half. Up here in the great Northwest. This is the world champion Pistons television network. What they saw in the first half. They're nearing 600 sellouts in a row here in Portland. Starters back out there, both ways. Terry Porter works against Isaiah. 56-40, Trailblazers. First minute, second half. Porter cutting down the lane, got it from Kersey, gave it to Duckworth. Back for Porter, Isaiah with quick hands, knocked it out of bounds. Drexler from the sideline. Chuck Daly up hollering instructions. Kersey gets it on the wing, tries from downtown. It won't go down. Bill Laimbeer pulls the rebound down. He has 7 boards. Isaiah topside over Porter. He hits it. The lead just 14. Isaiah with 4. Near steal. Porter got it all by himself after the overplay of the passing lane by Isaiah. And it's 58-42. Porter has 15 after that gun. Dumars against Drexler. Screen for Edwards down the lane, driving and trying to dunk, and taking the charge is Porter.
Pistons that time wanted to come out and get some real movement out of their passing game. They did. Unfortunately, Blazers did make a good play and stepped in front of a Jimmy Edwards who had gone by his man but got picked up by the rotation.
58-42, Portland leads it. Duckworth with some body on Edwards. And he hits it from the dotted line. Duckworth with 18 points already.
He's always been a good perimeter shooter for a big man. He's showing stronger moves inside, I believe, this year.
Dumars got it from McGuire. Shot short. Mark with a rebound. 60-42 Portland. Jimmy Edwards in the post against Duckworth. Whirling and hooking. It's short. Another Piston miss. Buck Williams to Porter. Threw it away right to Isaiah. Isaiah resisted the temptation. Now he'll step back and try for 3, and it's through. Just inside, though, the 3-point line. Just a double. 60-44. Porter driving. Buck Williams dunking. 9 now and 30 left in the third. Buck Williams under the basket. Knocked Lambier down. The Pistons go inside anyway. Edwards misses. Lambier didn't hold the rebound. Jerome Kersey for Portland. Drexler. And a moving screen set by Kersey, says Bob Delaney. We'll pick our defensive player of the game. Brought to you by Thomas Pride and the good folks at Health Alliance Plan. Health Alliance Plan. Your health deserves the best.
Chuck Daly very much wanting to get more Pistons involved than Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah working against Porter. Bounces from Buddha, low post. He'll turn dotted line and hit it. 62-46 our score. James was 6. Percy gets some room from McGuire and sticks it. The man from Longwood College in Virginia just signed a 4-year, $2 million a year deal out here. Today. McGuire inside, half looking no. One tap by Edwards won't go. Lambier's will and a foul. Percy got him. 64-48 now.
On the missed shot, you get 2 efforts up underneath. Jimmy Edwards gets a hand up, misses, but Bill Lambier goes up and finishes it off and gets an easy offensive rebound. The Blazers are defending their basket so well and rotating so well that sometimes it does leave opportunities for offensive rebounds. And that's exactly what happened right there.
You were calling for that in the first half.
Yeah, they've been very alert defensively.
Bill Lambier with a knockdown at the foul line. 64-49. They go to Buck Williams against Billy. Took a walk across the lane, and Bill Lambier is called for the shove, his third. Team fouls are now 1-1. Drexler to Porter. Gives to Clyde. Tried to corkscrew it from the foul line. Another Piston foul. This time it's on Dumars.
Clyde was tapping his head that time. He got caught up in the air and heard the whistle and made the pass. He would have liked to have taken that shot so that he would have gotten on the foul line.
That's 2 on Joe, says our statistician, Scott Ellsworth. Howard Kennedy's our stage manager here in Portland. Harry Hutt, the big guy in the truck. Drexler short with it, wide of the lane. Aguirre digs it out for Detroit. 64-49 Portland. Edwards is 2-time, gives back to Mark. Shot clock at 10, Mark in the lane, off the heel with a shot. We'll get the blocking foul called.
Portland's doing a very good job of doubling back, and the doubling back caused the ball to be kicked back out, and as they approached Mark, he was able to put the ball on the floor and take it to the basket.
Mark's at the line. He's got the first one down. He leads the Pistons with 15. Cliff Robinson on for Percy, committed the foul. Second free throw short. And the Blazers got Duckworth into the lane early. Bill Lambier was in too soon also, says Ed Rush. Rick Edelman and Chuck Daly are not necessarily pleased, either one of them.
You don't see that call too often when you get a double violation.
You know what, Dick? That's the first time I've seen it.
I was trying to remember
the 15th year.
You've been there longer than I have, George, but I don't think I've seen it since I've been in the league.
We're going to jump ball. And now we get Dumars in the center circle too soon, and Portland will get the basketball. So still another violation. Portland leads by 14. They have it. We have 7.5 left in the third. Terry Porter in a pick and roll with Duckworth. Duckworth finds Robinson looking to drive and dunk. He lost it on the way inside. Ed Rush will call the foul on James Edwards.
That time the Pistons handled the two-man play very well, got their rotation, got over there, tried to get in front of the drive to the basket, but Jimmy Edwards had a little bit of a grab as the ball was put on the floor, taking it to the basket.
Portland looking for Buck Williams inside. Bill Laimbeer whistled for another foul. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Buck. That's the call. And now the crowd reacts. They just found out why the Pistons have the ball. Jimmy Edwards in the paint with a turning gun that won't go. Buck Williams to Porter. Drexler gets the Duckworth screen. Dishes to Duckworth baseline, and Kevin Duckworth knocks it down. 66-50.
Kevin
20 for Duckworth
is really having a game inside and outside.
Isaiah gets Porter in the air, wraparound dish inside for Laimbeer, who's got the bunny.
Wonderful penetration by Isaiah and a good crisp pass to Billy.
66-52. And Portland will take time. 6:23 left in the third in Portland on the World Champion Pistons television network. Boy, did Isaiah make a play to get Laimbeer the easy one. That forced the Portland timeout. Ainge is back in the game. Danny Ainge with Drexler, Cliff Robinson, Duckworth, and Terry Porter. Porter with a rainbow. It goes. Porter has 17 points and 9 assists. We're halfway through the third. Isaiah two-time. Ball loose in the lane. Edwards with a nice dig out. Dumars bounces for Aguirre. And we're going to get an offensive foul called on James Edwards.
Jimmy did a great job to go dig out that loose ball. Then he continued his aggressiveness on, and Eddie Rush got the foul on him. Jimmy went to set a screen and got tangled up with Danny Ainge and got the foul.
Danny Ainge gets it from Drexler, gives it back. Clyde the glide, drives and dunks. 70-52. Mark Aguirre with a nice flying finger roll in the crowd, gets the deuce back in a hurry. Isaiah trying to steal. He's on the baseline and shoved out of bounds by Porter.
Very aggressive, tough basketball by Captain Isaiah Thomas there. Picking up the tempo, getting it after a little bit.
Portland gets the basketball.
And they have a full 24-second clock right now, which will have to be changed. Is that known as a hometown clock?
Well, we all get a little jet lag when we get out here.
Yeah.
Buck Daly wanting his players to pick up the Blazers before the timeline. Aguirre goes one way, Ainge goes the other. Danny Ainge lays it in. And a foul.
Danny
Bill
Ainge.
Laimbeer has picked up his fourth.
Bill came over to give help. He was just a step slow. Danny went right by Mark Aguirre. Bill's there. Bill didn't have time to square up and get in front of him.
Ainge makes the play. And the worst part is Bill Laimbeer has to come out.
Well, it is tough. Bill's not getting a lot of help underneath that basket, defending the basket, and he's really doing all the work there. We need more rotation out of some of the other big men.
has 11, 73-54. Isaiah against Porter. Pistons trying to come back in Portland, where they won 3 in a row last June to put away their second straight world title. Wire 2 times, gives it to Jimmy Edwards, the double pump jump, and he got it. That regular season losing streak, however, is intact at 20, dating back to 1974. Danny Ainge on top. Here's Duckworth. Ball slapped away. Pistons the other way. Dumars by himself. Great pass up the court. And it's 73-58.
Isaiah dug out that ball in the defensive end, looked right down the floor and got an easy one.
Blazers haven't been able to put the Pistons anywhere near away just yet, although they've been answering every time the Pistons make a rally.
Every time the Pistons make a good play, it seems like the Blazers come down and hit a tough shot.
Porter hit that one off the glass from the baseline. 75-58. Aguirre in the post, gets by Drexler. Robinson to help. Blocks the shot out of bounds.
Very good defensive play by Cliff Robinson, going up and getting that shot. He got it before the ball got up there to its top. He did not pin it.
Isaiah from the corner. It's short to Danny Ainge. Porter on the fast break, hits the reverse, and it's 77-58 Portland.
Danny Ainge made a great play with that long pass, made the easy play down the floor.
Chuck Daly is calling a 20-second timeout. Now he says no. Let's go for the full boat. The Pistons take a timeout. 3:38 left in the third. Portland 77, the Pistons 58. This is the world champion Pistons television network. Pistons looking inside for Jimmy Edwards. James hard to the hoop. Blocked by Cliff Robinson. Porter. Drexler couldn't hold it. He tapped it instead to Aguirre. Dumars down the lane. Ainge taps it to Isaiah, who gives it to Aguirre.
Great play.
And Mark gets the hoop.
Great play there by Isaiah. Back to Joe, and then quick touching it off for the easy one.
Portland by 17, 77-60. We have 3 to play in the third. Danny Ainge from way outside. This one will not drop. Mark Aguirre from the lane. He guns, it doesn't go. Drexler pulls it away. Duckworth screen. Drexler drives, dishes to Ainge. Deep to Duckworth. It's up, but it's in, and he's fouled.
Danny Ainge is having a fine ball game. Not only running the court, shooting the ball, he's defending well, and he has passed very well. That was a great pass.
Danny Ainge has 6 assists. And James Edwards now has 4 fouls. Duckworth with a make, and he has 23. 80-60. 2 guys get up off the Piston bench who can help. Vinny and Worm. He'll check in a moment. Dumars with the gun on the run, got it to go, and a foul. Drexler is called for it. Just the first on Drexler. Harry Porter resting on the Portland bench. He and the Detroit guards, all of them, are tied at 21.
Well, Terry Porter's having a fine game, and then you add on to that Drexler and Danny Ainge are also playing well. And in the morning paper today, they compared the backcourts, and they were talking about what a fine backcourt the Blazers had. And tonight they're proving it.
Then he's on for Isaiah. Dumars made. It's a 3-point trip. It's 80-63. Drexler and Ainge and Wayne Cooper now. And Robinson and Duckworth against Sally and Rodman and Aguirre. Joe D and Vinny. Duckworth with a baseline gun. It goes. He can't miss.
Made possible by Clyde Drexler making a very nice pass.
He has 25 points. He's 11 out of 14. Mark Aguirre driving, gunning, and he got it. We'll pick our player of the game tonight for Dunham's, the complete sports outfitter. Dunham's, our big names bring you in, our guaranteed low prices bring you back. Mark Aguirre, the leading candidate with 21 points. Cliff Robinson sticks it. 84-65 Portland. Little over a minute left in the third. Dumars driving on Ainge. Missed it to Robinson. Ainge. Drexler. Yes! And a foul.
Danny Ainge advancing the ball very well, finding the open man, got the ball over to Clyde Drexler. Open court situation. Clyde Drexler is very tough to play. Danny Ainge finished off the play, George, by waving his hand in the air. And for those people in the league that say Danny's getting a little old, to me, he looks like he's back in high school, enjoying playing and enjoying winning.
What a great job he did on that trip. Drexler made it. He has 13. Mark Aguirre over Ainge. Short with a three-point try. Then he kept it alive, but it went off Dumars and out of bounds. That kind of a night here in Portland. And now early morning back home. Ainge with a triple try. He airballed it. For Robinson, though, the stick-back slam makes it 89-65. Sally driving Duckworth. Missed it, but a foul. Cliff Robinson got him on the side of the head on the way by. Bill Lambier and Isaiah not even a little bit satisfied with this one. And Lance Blanks checks in for Dumars.
Well, it's a good chance for a rookie to get his feet
ever
wet in a tough building under tough circumstances, but I think that's a good move on Chuck's part.
John Sally missed. Roy Tarpley earlier tonight in a Dallas win at home over Orlando dislocated his kneecap.
I had a player that had that happen, George. Jim Haney, who's now commissioner of the Big West, had that happen, and he really lost a year, and it bothered him for a year or two after that. I hope that Roy's injury is not quite as severe as that.
Haney played for you at Penn, right?
Yes, he did.
Mark Aguirre with a steal, and he now has 23 with the layup. 89-68. Seconds to play in the third in Portland. Cliff Robinson to Drexler. Clyde with 3 seconds left. Drives. Rodman left hands it up. No. Duckworth follows. Yes, but it's too late. At the end of 3 in Portland. The Blazers are way up. Our score at the Coliseum. Portland 89. And the Pistons 68. This is the world champion Pistons television network. And the lead right now reads 89-68. Lance Blanks gives to Aguirre. The dotted line push will not go. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Portland. They put Mark Bryant in the basketball game. Third-year man from Seton Hall with Terry Porter and Ainge and Robinson and Wayne Cooper. Blanks picking up Porter at the 10-second line, and Lance Blanks will get the first foul here in the fourth. Sally and Rodman and Aguirre with Blanks and Vinny for Chuck Daly and Brendan Malone on his right and Brendan Surr on his left, and for that matter, trainer Mike Abdenauer too. Got a long way to come back here.
Chuck Daly is trying to get his team to come and pressure the basketball.
Robinson missed the turn and gun. Wayne Cooper rebound. The fans cry Coop. Danny Ainge getting a screen from Bryant. Nice pick and roll back inside. He missed the dynamite dunk. Vinnie Johnson pulling up, trying for three, and it's through.
Chuck Daly, who does a great job of staying into the game and getting his team to stay in the game, comes up and again wants full court pressure.
All kinds of time remaining. Porter missed it to Rodman. Now VJ. Another three-point try, and he nails another. The microwave heats him up in Portland. It's 89-74. And a 21-point lead is now 15 on two Vinny triples. Sandwiched around a stop. Bryant is four-timed inside and a foul.
That was good rotation. The Pistons got a good crowd around the basketball that time. So unfortunately, they picked up the foul. Got up in the air a little bit. Dennis Rodman reached out. I don't know if it was Dennis or someone else, but there was a foul. But at least they got the crowd at the basketball, which Chuck has been wanting all night.
Through three, Portland shooting 66%. The Pistons still under 40. The turnovers still give the Pistons a bit of an advantage. Aguirre's foul, his third, and now the Blazers take a 20-second timeout. Pistons now have two more triples, with Vinny adding those here in the fourth. So they are 5 for 8 from three-point range, as Mike Szymanski, the trainer, tends to mark Bryant.
Even with that good three-point shooting, the shooting percentage down under 40, it's tough to get back in a ball game against a good team like the Blazers. A great team like the Blazers tonight.
The Pistons now have a community ticket purchase program, which will make tickets available for non-profit groups. Call Jonathan Friedman for more information at 313-377-8248. Bryant missed it, which makes it a pretty good foul with 10 and 26 left. Bill Lambier, a spectator, but he can see the scoreboard too, and he knows it's considerably closer. Bryant split the pair. Portland by 16. Lance Blanks gives to Vinny. Ball knocked away, and they're going to call it over and back. Apparently nobody from Portland touched the ball.
Good aggressive defense on the part of the Blazers forced that turnover.
They really bothered Blanks to begin with.
Yes, they did.
13 Piston turnovers. They can't make many more.
No, they have to get rid of the mistakes. They need some easy baskets.
Percy back in the game, bounces to Ainge. Danny Ainge, Cooper for the baseline gun. He doesn't get it. Rodman keeps it alive with hustle, gives it to Blanks. Lance Blanks in transition, and the ball is kicked out of bounds. Inadvertent kick, 19 on the shot clock, not a new 24. The Moscow Circus at the Palace through the weekend now. 3 shows tomorrow and 2 on Sunday. Vinny trying for 3 more, and he gets 3 more. About a step or 2 back from where he hit the shot at 007 on the 14th of June. It's 90-77. It's a Vinnie Johnson kind of fourth quarter so far. Robinson bumps off Aguirre, doesn't get caught, and then gets the easy one off the window. 92-77. Chuck Daly calls Vinnie Johnson's play. Give me the ball, son. He tries another, and nails another! Vinnie Johnson with 4
Dwyer triples here in the fourth.
Vinny's
It's 92-80, folks.
He's on a roll. He's on a roll, George. It's whether they can get enough stops and get Vinny enough shots.
Porter answers with a triple of his own, and that hurts.
Every time the Pistons have got something going, the Blazers have responded. And that was a big response there, a three-point to answer a three.
Vinny wants two more. Actually, that would have been another triple. He corkscrewed, but he was just above the line. Ainge the other way for the two-point guy. 97-80.
Mark Aguirre is having difficulty with Danny Ainge. It's a very tough matchup for him. Danny Ainge realized Mark was back off. He pulled up, hit the shot.
Then he gives to Blanks. Lance Blanks knocks a triple down. The Pistons have 5 triples in less than 4 minutes here in the fourth. Still, they trail 97-83. Danny Ainge gets by Vinny and hits the leaning Glasser. Well, he put one from way downtown on Isaiah early, and that was a circus shot a lot closer when he leaned around Vinny. Telegraph pass by Blanks, nearly swiped.
No matter what you do offensively, and certainly 5 3-pointers is great, it's not going to close that gap if you don't get it done at the other end of the floor, and that's what's happened in this quarter.
Buck Williams and Kersey and Robinson and Porter and Drexler now on the floor. For the Blazers, Danny Ainge got the big hand. Vinny Johnson down the lane to the hoop, hooking. It's a little too hard to Kersey. Great knockaway by Rodman to Sally. Now Vinny.
Nice
Great
play,
feed to Rodman. A flying slam for Worm.
Vinny was getting ready to go up for the shot, and he saw Dennis coming and made the play for the easy layup.
People taking deep breaths here in Portland. It's 99-85. 7.5 left. Porter on the outside against Blanks. And we're going to get a whistle. Dennis Rodman gets the foul. John Sally will get a rest. Joe Dumars replaces him. Nobody dunks quicker than Dennis Rodman.
Very, very strong, quick, great leaper.
As you said, a great dish by VJ. Is that a microwavable dish?
Yeah. Small lineup out there now for the Pistons.
7:22 left. Drexler feeding Duckworth. Rodman nearly saved it after a knockaway.
Dennis
7:18 left.
Dennis matched up on Duckworth. Very interesting matchup. Dennis can play the big people with his quick feet.
Shot clock at 10. Porter trying to get away from Blanks. He does. He drills it. 101-85. Terry Porter with 26. 7 minutes left. Portland by 16. Pistons have 5 triples in the fourth. 4 by Vinny. 1 by Blanks. Lance Blanks fakes on another. Gets closer and sticks the double.
Lance did a good job. Showed the basketball there and put it down for one dribble and balanced up very, very well.
101-87. 6.5 to play. Terry Porter against Blanks. Looking to feed the post. Duckworth fighting Rodman and a whistle. The foul will go against Worm. Timeout, Portland, 6:27 to play. Chuck Daly's team is within 14. It's 101-87. This is the world champion Pistons television network. Backing Blanks. Lance goes down, gets back up. Porter from the wing, missed it. Mark Aguirre pulls it off. 6:10 left. The Pistons 7 for 10 in the quarter. 5 of the 7 have been triples. Mark Aguirre off the high glass. He got it. It's a 12-point game.
Coach Daly and his staff the last time out were saying, let's go for it, let's go for it. The Pistons are going for it. They are coming back and playing very, very tough.
5:40 left. Buck Williams catches against Aguirre. In the lane to Drexler. Dumars knocks it away, but a foul. Joe knew he had to, and he did.
Right, Drexler is such a talented player. Joe was afraid he was going to slip behind him and look for the lob. But instead of going to the lob, he just cut right at the ball, and Joe was a step behind, had a foul.
That looks like the blob up there on the screen. Drexler at the line got the first. And he nailed the next. He has 15. 103.89. Dumars had it swiped, but VJ got it back, was bumped by Porter. Gave it up to Aguirre. Here's Blank spotting up, fakes the triple, comes foul line, no look dish to Rodman. Back out to VJ. Blank's trying for three, top of the key, going to be short, off the iron to Worm. Now Blanks. Lands to the hoop, and he hit it.
That was a very good series for Blanks. Did a good job passing the basketball, good job controlling the ball.
12-point lead again. Porter to Drexler. Porter's alone on the way. Short with a triple, but Drexler pulls the rebound down. Chuck Daly hates second shots. Blazers will get one here. But they missed it. Drexler from the baseline. Vinny with a rebound. VJ to forecourt. Vinny jumps it up. No. Buck Williams to Porter. To Kersey. Nice tough foul by Blanks. He stopped the shot.
That was a good fast break, and Blanks did what he had to do, getting back and making sure they did not get the layup.
Very physical, aggressive play by Lance Blanks there. Jerome Kersey at the line. Missed it. See Budget Rent-A-Car to save on cars and vans. Big trucks that haul it all. A sporty sports car or flirtable convertible. Budget, an official sponsor of Detroit Pistons basketball. He got just one. Blazers by 13. Aguirre hits it. Their lead is 11. They were up 21.
Pistons have had a very fine quarter. Played very, very consistent, hard basketball this quarter.
Vinnie Johnson ignited them with 4 triples early in the quarter. Porter pump fakes on Blanks, gives to Duckworth in a crowd, in and out. Who's got the rebound? Kersey. He missed it. Rodman to Joe D. From the foul line.
Oh, yes.
He hits it and he is fouled. Great shot by Joe D.
Great continuation play by Joe. Knew he had gotten fouled, went up in the air, gathered himself, and got it to go. The Pistons are doing a great job under their defensive board. They're giving away an awful lot of size under there, and they're scrapping and fighting, and the game's going to come down to if they can hang on to that defensive board, they have a shot.
Here's the free throw. In and out. Portland leads by 9. 3:35 to play in what's turned out to be a very exciting game. Drexler flying, scooping, and missing. It's on the floor. Kersey's got it, but a whistle.
It's that offensive rebound that is so tough with those big men in there banging and shoving away.
Mark Aguirre has been whistled for the foul. Then he had it. He was bumped off the ball. Kersey picked it up, and Mark Aguirre's called for the foul. Kersey's free throw is in and out.
Joe on that open court situation came down, got fouled, and realized, hey, I've got to take it up. I've got to try to go for continuation, and he did a good job with it.
Kersey got 1 for 2. Portland by 10. 3:22 left. Pistons have knocked 11 points off their 21-point lead. Aguirre down the lane, drew the foul with a little over 3 minutes left. 3 and 11 up on the clock as Buck Williams picks up the foul.
Look for some Detroit pressure here. Coming out of this foul situation, they should be able to get a little pressure up on the ball, though they're going against a very good backcourt duo that handles the ball very well against pressure.
Mark Aguirre has 27 points tonight. Sounds like the Dallas days. Make it 28. The last game of a 3-game West Coast road trip, the Pistons split the pair at Seattle and at the Clippers. Mark gets both of those at the stripe. Portland by just 8. Aguirre has 29. Terry Porter against Blanks. Into the lane to Kersey. Rodman blocks it. Kersey got it back, tries again, and hits it.
2 trips in a row now. They've gotten a second shot.
Small lineup. It hurts you there, but they've done so well on the offensive end. Aguirre missed. Buck Williams from the lane, off the iron. Timeout, 2:33 to play. It'll be Portland's ball. They lead 107-97. This is the world champion Pistons Television Network. Portland inbounds it. Drexler can't hold it. And we're going to get a Piston foul on Joe Dumars.
Brendan Surratt, the shoot-around this morning, was pointing out how well Portland runs their end out-of-bounds plays. That was a great example there as Drexler got the layup. Isaiah even pointed out, we always give up a layup. Let's not do it tonight. That was a tough spot to give up a 2-foul play.
Drexler with a make. And another. Portland by a dozen, 2.5 to play. Pistons were down 7 with just under 2 left in game 5. Buck Williams trying to steal and nearly took out the Piston bench. Good hustle by Buck.
Great hustle play by Buck.
Two and 23 left. The Piston shot clock's at 14. 109-97 Portland. Blanks to Vinny. Now Mark Aguirre standing on the three-point line. Rodman rebounds the miss. Vinny wants it. Now he'll dish to Blanks. Back to VJ from the lane. Yes! 10-point game, 2 to play. VJ with 21. He has 5 triples. 4 of them came in the first 4 minutes of the fourth. Terry Porter against Blanks. Pick and roll with Kersey. Back to Jerome baseline. He missed it, but a whistle. And the Pistons are called for an illegal defense. That's just a warning, but it's a fresh 24. And with 1:42 left in a 10-point game, it's a pretty good-sized call.
The clock is almost as important as a foul shot, that's for sure. They got the full 24 going for them now. They should take their time with it.
Terry Porter. Giving to Drexler. Duckworth with a clock at 10. Guns, no. They're going to get 24 more. Buck Williams with a rebound.
That's the 4th consecutive time they've gone to the board and got an offensive rebound.
Mark Aguirre nearly stole. Don't miss Pistons Weekly, Sunday morning at 9:30. An up-to-date look at Pistons players, games, features, and stats. Check your local listings for the time in your area. All the highlights of this week's road trip. This one's a highlight film in itself. Duckworth hits it from the baseline. Now it's Portland by a dozen, 1:08 left. Gotta hurry. Gotta sprint. Bounce to Blanks. Dumars got him a good bounce in the corner. Passed up the three-point try. Dish to Rodman inside. He drew the foul. But you wanted the hoop in the foul.
Well, that time they moved the ball well, and they found the man close to the basket. But this late in the game, when you're down and you don't have a lot of time, you really need a quicker shot. They used up too much time.
Buck Williams fouled out on the call. Danny Ainge replaces him. 50.6 seconds to play as Dennis Rodman steps to the stripe. He makes on the first.
Chuck Daly's still into the ball game.
Missed the next. Kersey boards it. 111 to 100. Terry Porter comes to work for Portland. Danny Ainge works against Vinny. Gives to Drexler. Shot clock 5. Now 4. Now 3 from the corner. It's Kersey. Short to Joe D. Way up for Aguirre. Mark Aguirre going baseline against Ainge. And Chuck Daly will take a timeout here. 19.8 seconds left. The foul on Ainge. Portland 111 and the Pistons 100. Timeout on the world champion Pistons television network. Aguirre at the line. Pistons still trail by 11. 19.8 seconds left. Here is the next, and he nails it. 10-point game. Backcourt pressure. Terry Porter tried to be fouled by Blanks. Finally, Vinny got him.
It's been one of those
Got to call it, Bob.
You try to get a foul, and you can't get it for 5 seconds.
That's what happens if you don't blow the whistle. The other guy's going to come over and lay him out.
Yep, that's just what happened.
That'll get Terry Porter. Like Piston VP Dan Hauser is one of the prides of Wisconsin, Stevens Point to the line. Bob Whitsitt, the Seattle Supersonics president from Wisconsin, Stevens Point.
Terry had a very fine game tonight, George. He not only shot the ball well, I thought his judgment was well, and he had very good poise throughout the ball game.
Boy, now has 10 assists to go with 27 points. 28 points. It's 113 to 101. Full timeout. Pistons 15.3 seconds to play. Portland by a dozen. 113 to 101. This is the Pistons and the Blazers. Pistons knocked them down 1-2-3 in games 3, 4, and 5 of the finals last June, but they've lost 20 straight regular season games here. And they're looking square in the eye at 21. Less than 10 to play. Rodman to Blanks. Triple try. Short. Lance tries again behind a foul line. It's long. And there's the horn. It's over in Portland. Rick Edelman and the Portland Trailblazers have beaten the Pistons. The final score, despite a furious fourth quarter rally keyed by 4 of Vinnie Johnson's 5 triples, the Trailblazers 113 and the Pistons 101. This is the world champion Pistons.